Divine greetings and gratitude, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If y'all are new here, my name is KaSandra. I'm the witch, author, poet, and performer of Magic of Eden. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if y'all are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred garden. I am always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. I am super excited today because I got a chance to move this desk here into the sunroom for us to do readings in a different space, and I'm so happy and I'm super excited, and the reason is because I feel so open and free, and this just feels so great, you guys. I'm so happy. Okay, so this is our first reading in our sunroom, which I'm super excited about, like I said, and we are definitely going to get into some things here. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way because this plant is like the leaf is, poor plant, some of the leaves are dying off for some of the leaves are dying off for the sake of others, and the others are coming in, which I am admiring that, because there's these beautiful lilies. Let me see if I can turn the camera so you guys can see the lilies there. Hang on a second, you guys. Terrible, I know. You see those lilies there? Oh, they're so beautiful. I love those. Anyways, I just wanted to show y'all that because that's pretty much like what I've got going on. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and continue right after we turn this back around, and there we go. And yeah, so I think that really is a message all in itself about just allowing things to just die off for the sake of renewal, and for the sake of regeneration, and for the sake of course, transformation and things like that. But I really do feel like if you're watching this video right now, then more than likely you're being called to allow certain parts of you to chip away and to die off for the sake of new growth. And with new growth, it's something about it's so funny that it's bringing me to the hair. It's like new growth of hair, new growth of nails, new growth of skin. Like there's this energy of renewal after shedding. And it's interesting because we are still, it's like we're in a space where now things are moving more into a still space, but I do feel like after the shedding comes the preservation, right? Or comes the preservation. And I feel like right now we're in a space where we're being called to go into these quieter moments, into our reflective states, into our internal bodies, into our internal worlds, to not just figure out, but to pull from these darker spaces this higher wisdom that we can obtain in order to help us in the coming months and moving forward. Because I do feel like come springtime, for whatever reason, that is going to be the actual restart. And for whatever reason, I don't know why it feels very magical. It feels very magician-like. It feels very like, that's just what it feels like. It feels very magician-like. And I'm going to check to see. We're gonna okay, of course the magician would be here. Of course it would. After we just said it. I'm actually gonna leave that down there. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and continue with the message. Okay. The first two cards we have here are the Magician card and the King of Pentacles. Spirit, I want to thank you so much for all the love that you give us. Thank you so much for allowing us to come together right now to receive any messages that we need to hear. Thank you so much, Spirit, for loving us unconditionally and for your divine love and protection. Thank you so much, Spirit, for all the many blessings that you give to us each and every single day. Thank you for your protection. We call in our spirit guides. We call in our ancestors, our angels, all beings of light from the highest realms and lights of the universe to help us and also to encourage us and protect us as we set forth along our new journey. All right, so basically the first cards that we have, oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so we have the Magician card, the King of Pentacles, Temperance card, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Fool card, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Star card, we have the King of Cups. And what I'm hearing is to leave the world behind and to also shut the outside world out in order to focus on dreams, focus on I'm hearing dreams and aspirations. It's like focus on these dreams and aspirations that you have. Of course, we would get the Temperance card here. I'm not surprised because we are in Sag season. So getting the Temperance is not... Oh my goodness, what card was that flipped out like that? Wow, we have the Hierophant here. Okay, so... Now we're getting into some things. I feel like... Okay, so last two cards. I feel like this definitely is a moment where it's time to refocus and shift our perception into this internal darkness. But with this darkness though, I'm not seeing just all black. I'm actually seeing neon colors, and I'm seeing like black, like this voided space and it's black, but I'm also seeing lots and lots of different colors of like every spectrum. And it's so interesting because I feel like the spirit is asking you to sit and not just sit and meditate, but really tap into your ability to visualize. So there's the word that's coming through right now is visualization. And if you were to sit down and visualize, I'm hearing Spirit ask, what would your greatest life look like? What would your current situation look like if you were going through some type of hardship, or if you were going through something where you couldn't figure something out, or you felt like you had no other option, right? Whatever situation that you're going through right now where you feel like it's doom and gloom or you can't see a way out, Spirit is asking you right now to really sit and visualize what freedom looks like from this particular situation. And I'm saying that because you have the Temperance card here and you also have the Magician. The Temperance card here along with the Magician, what I'm seeing is that there's an essence that wants to connect with the higher realms in order to draw things in and to pull things from the ethers, especially because we do have the Fool card here. The fact that we have the Fool card, the Magician card, and the Temperance card, this is, I don't know why the word is circumstance. It's like understanding that these circumstances that were unfavorable were meant to help you tap into this raw power that you have. Now, in this sense, instead of it being as extremely like fiery and chaotic, what Spirit is saying is that you're observing the chaos and you're pulling from this chaotic state the things that you feel most connected to, the things or a part of this chaos that you can bring into creation in order to create something beautiful. This feels like co-creation, actually, is what I'm picking up on. It's co-creation because there's some type of security or establishment that you guys are wanting. We have the King of Pentacles here as well as the King of Cups. The King of Pentacles and the King of Cups make great partners and they make great friends because one's very practical and grounded and one knows what it's doing in the material realm. It's the master of the material. And then the King of Cups is one of those, is the master of the emotions. It's the secure part. It's the one, it's the guide. So this is, to me, these two are actually coming up as guides. They may not be men or like masculine figure, or they may not be men, but there's a masculine figure. There's this idea of this security or someone coming in to help us find this space where we can not only become grounded within ourselves, but someone coming into our lives, or your lives really, because the reading doesn't resonate with me, it's for you. But it's someone coming into your life in order to help you ground and teach you how to become secure within yourself, secure within your finances, secure within this material realm or the home or and whatnot. And I also feel like there's someone coming to teach you how your emotions directly impact the things that you draw in, and the energy that you put into your work will reflect in the outcome. So there's something very specific about that as well. I see that there's someone here whose new life or this new journey or adventure is meant to help you become more established and to also help you to level up. This feels like a leveling up, but I really do feel like this is where Spirit is saying, I want you to lock in. Right now, what I'm hearing is don't make any sudden moves. I don't feel like you guys are meant to make any sudden moves right now, which makes sense because we are in Mercury retrograde in the season of Sagittarius. So to me, this is all about going back and finding what makes us passionate. Going back, especially with the Ace of Wands here, going back to figure out what is it that makes you passionate, what is it that brings you life, what is it that sparks you up. And if you the dog that you guys are hearing in the background, that's Debo, that's the neighbor's dog. He gets excited at times, and yeah, so anyways, moving forward. So as I was saying, what was I saying, you guys? I'm sorry. Okay, moving forward. So basically, and this is the reason why Spirit is telling you to lock in, because just that quick, I got distracted by Debo, right? And now I feel like I want to go back and focus. So basically, the fact that we have Mercury retrograde and we're in the season of Sagittarius, again, what is it that lights you up? What is it that makes you passionate? But at the same time, is this something that you know that you can actually be yourself with? Are you able to be yourself in front of this crowd of people that you are visualizing? Are you able to connect authentically, openly, honestly, transparently with this group of people, with yourself, with whoever, right? If you are trying to call in a partner, are you able to authentically connect? Are you able to share your wisdom? Are you able to learn? Are you able to be established? Are you able to not only find security, but to ask for help when you need it? Are you able to rely on them? Like, what is it? What are you visualizing? I also feel like with the Hierophant here, this is something that we're taking seriously, and this is something that we're rooting, that we are establishing. I feel like looking at these cards, there's something that you guys have been reflecting on. There's something that you guys have really been thinking about, and you've been asking yourself, is this truly what I want? Is this purposeful? Like what can I do now in order to create a pathway in order for these things to come rolling in? That also is what I see here. The fact that we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this to me is, I don't know why, but the word, it's almost kind of like sacrifice. Sacrifice this food, or sacrifice this habit, or sacrifice this thing in order to lock in and focus, because there's something that's happening on the outside of you, whether it be friends groups, whether it be you constantly going out, you overspending you overspending. It could be something as far as like you traveling too often, or there's something that you are spending or exerting your resources on that's taking away from the investments that you could be making. Does that make sense? So Spirit is asking you to watch your spending. Spirit is asking you to be very careful. The word is sporadic. Make sure you're not being very sporadic, or that you're just kind of buying on impulse, like impulse shopping, impulse buying. Spirit is asking you to be very careful with that, because the more that you continue to do that, that's going to accumulate, and that cost that you spent, that the total cost is equivalent, what Spirit is saying is to like a new car. The total cost is equivalent to a computer that you could have bought. Like if you would have saved that money each and every time that you were going to go out and do something, then at this point you could have had this in order to help you move forward and move along. Does that make sense? So Spirit is asking you right now to watch your spending, because the things that you're trying to call in right now are major life changes, and you're trying to embark on this new journey where it feels new, it feels fresh, it feels creative. And if you think smart with your money and keep saving it, then you will be able to have this thing, this gadget, this phone, this computer, this tablet, or whatever it is that you can possibly have to be successful. Maybe you've been thinking into making investments. I'm hearing something about the stock market and really being careful with that. Also investing in I'm hearing something about cryptocurrency. It's coming through right now. You guys, if you don't know, I get channels at times, and so sometimes the channels that come through are completely unrelated to what we're talking about. So there's something about cryptocurrency coming through right now, and Spirit asking, and there's also a question about Spirit asking about assets. Are these assets that you're trying to call in and that you're manifesting, is it, or are they actually in alignment with the path that you're meant to walk? I just heard the word minimalism. Spirit is asking you to throw some things away and to get rid of old things that you are not needing, that is piling up. I'm seeing somebody kind of take a closet and throw everything away and then restock it with minimalistic things of high quality that for some of you can be worn more than once. And for others of you, if you're not into that kind of thing, then you may want to throw your things away and maybe go like on a shopping spree with the money that you've saved. Like, just take it as it resonates. But this really does feel to me like this really strong connection. Also with the Queen of Swords here, I feel like this is one of those things where Spirit is asking you to really use your discernment and have conviction. There's something about conviction here as to what you're wanting to experience and the things that you really do want to call in. I see you taking a very calm but stern approach to setting boundaries as well. I also see you guys cutting some people off and getting rid of some like stepping away from certain like friend groups, and like if you've been a part of any type of group or organization or some type of, you know, magical group or whatever you want to call it, whether it be a coven or whatever, I see some of you leaving those behind in order to focus on self. I'm seeing you cut the cord and detach from certain things in order to in order to go within yourself. For some of you, you're not fully cutting it off or cutting them off. It's just simply you taking a break so that you can focus. The Magician here is a card that is ruled by Mercury, and the Magician has all suits available to it. So, not only that, the Magician card is also the card that comes after the Fool card, which the Fool connects to the ethers, it connects to the all. It is the thought realm before it manifests into the physical reality. It is all of those things. So the fact that we have the Magician here, this to me means that there's something that you've been pulling, that you've been thinking about, dreaming about, working your magic for, that definitely is coming down here. It's going to manifest, and I'm hearing Spirit say within the next 3 weeks. So it almost feels like within the next 3 weeks time frame, something is going to change, or there's going to be an opportunity presented to you. There's something magical that, like, I don't know why I'm hearing like the word miracle, but there's something that is going to be given in order to help make this change. I see also we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. The things that you're trying to grow as well, I feel like Spirit is asking you to sit down and ask yourself, is this something that is worth investing in? I'm hearing Spirit ask the question, is it worth investing in? If it's not worth investing in, then the answer is no, especially with the Queen of Swords here. If it is not worth the investment, if it is not worth your time, your penny, if it's not worth your tangible assets or your gold, Spirit is asking you to say no to that thing if it's not of quality. The Queen of Swords, I don't feel like the Queen of Swords is an energy right now that's being harsh. I just see the Queen of Swords as the energy that says no. I can feel that this is not what I'm wanting, and the reasoning will come later. The reasoning will come when I'm ready for it. Well, not when I'm ready, but it will come in divine timing. Does that make sense? And so I feel like with the Queen of Swords here, the Queen of Swords is saying no to anything that is not worth the investment. It's like, I'm setting a clear boundary here. The word is no, and no is the spell, and so shall it be. And I feel like the Queen of Swords uses its discernment, this divine feminine discernment, and it's strong and it's rooted in its conviction. It's a Virgo card. I feel like it's like a card that's kind of ruled with Virgo, especially with it being air. But I feel like this Queen of Cups here is not afraid to say no, and it's not afraid to give reason when it wants to, not when it feels like someone's telling it to do, not unless it's the divine or the angels or the archangels or the guides or the ancestors. But I also feel like all of our guides give us respect, and they allow us to make our own decisions, so to speak. Does that make sense? So I kind of feel like with the Queen of Swords here, she's not taking the advice from anyone that has not been there and done that. In fact, with the energy that I see right now with the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, you're only taking advice from people who have been there and done that. And I feel like if they have work to show for itself, then I feel like that's who you're taking advice from. Either that, or on the flip side, there's something about the underdog that knows a lot more than people that have been there and done that. Because you can see what they've done, but then it doesn't mean that it was honest. Does that make sense? So honesty, integrity, making sure that what you're doing allows you to connect. Also, Temperance here, the Star card here. I see you guys walking down another spiritual path. This to me feels like you guys some of you are leaving certain spiritual paths. You may have been Christian and you're headed towards more to witchcraft. You may be a witch now, and you're converting over to Christianity or becoming a Catholic, or maybe you're becoming a Buddhist or a monk. I keep hearing the words like a monk. Like it's something monk related, which is funny because it's the Temperance card ruled by Jupiter, that has everything to do with guru-like energy. Some of you guys, I'm hearing the word breath work and like fire breathing. So like, yeah, fire breathing. And also go back and watch some of the moments or some of the episodes in Avatar, and I feel like there's something about the uncle in Avatar, I can't remember his name, but there's something about the teachings of the uncle that you can apply into your own life, like super like, That's funny. That's funny because the uncle is actually one of my favorite characters. One of them. I have a couple, but the uncle is my second favorite character, which is neither here nor there. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. I really do feel also like with the Star card and with the Temperance card and also with the Ace of Wands, this to me is like, and with the Hierophant and with the Fool, this just feels like a new area of study, a new spiritual philosophy, a new type of spiritual endeavor where you're able to connect even more deeply. If I just heard esoteric studies and how esoteric studies reveals that all things connect to this one great thing. It connects to this all, and understanding that all power comes from the same source. That is so interesting. All power comes from the same source. It just depends on how you're wielding it. Does that make sense? Like, that is so specific. It's like branches on a tree, and how each of those branches connects to the trunk of the tree, and that trunk of the tree is connected to the earth, and then it's connected to a network. But then where does that connect? It connects to the earth, and then the earth is obviously a planet that is in our solar system that connects to everything else. And then what do you have from there? Beyond the physical, then there's the mental, right? The as above, so below aspect, and how Spirit is saying how everything connects together, how religions really, they're meant, like all areas of study, even though there are different ways or different types of study, all information, all knowledge, they're all coming from the same source, because as above, so below. So Spirit is saying that no matter which path you choose, whether it be witchcraft, whether it be through Christianity, to keep your heart open, to keep your mind open, to allow your mind or allow your consciousness to expand through these endeavors, because truly you're here to evolve. You're here to grow. You're here to transform. You're here to change. You're here to be illuminated. And the only way for you to become illuminated is through divine connection and keeping your heart open and studying, right? Those are all messages coming through for this reading now. And I'm going to go ahead and pull from Wisdom of the Oracle. I love this. I feel like you guys are, there's something beautiful happening in your life right now. I just feel like a fresh start. If I were going to make an oil, the oil that I would make would have mint or red clover blossoms in it. Like, I feel like it would be like mint or like red clover blossoms. And also, it would have lavender for sure. Like, if I were going to make an oil, it would definitely have lavender. Ooh, that would be so amazing. There's something about lavender and mint coming through for this reading. Okay. And honeysuckle. Oh my goodness. Time to go. Okay, time to go. Co-create. I love that. Okay, so co-create is coming through, which makes sense because remember when we said Spirit is like asking, like, I don't know why. I think it was something about asking the question why. Well, the question why actually is here. Why are things this way? How did things come to be this way? And things of that nature. Like, those are the things that, the question why. I feel like clarity also is coming through as well. Breathe. Remember when we said breath work? Okay. Spirit, the messages are messaging right now. Breathe. Can you guys see that? Okay, there we go. That is so beautiful. I just love it when we have these readings and then Spirit just speaks to the cards. And I'm glad that I'm pulling the cards raw this way because you guys can see it in real time, the things that I see when I do readings for myself, like, all the time. So this is so cool. Spirit, is that all the messages that you have from... I think this might be it, you guys. Yeah, I don't want to force it. So basically, that's all that we're going to get from this deck. I don't want to force it. So basically, we have time to go. We have co-create, why, and breathe. I feel like also someone is asking you why. Like, why are you choosing to do this? Like, why does it have to be this way? And you're just giving a very firm and gentle response. And I feel like some of you guys are changing the way that you are communicating, and you're changing how you answer questions. Like you're changing how you respond. Like this is something that I can definitely say I can relate to you in this way. I know that also in my own personal life, I'm learning how to respond to certain things. Also, I'm learning that it's okay for me to tap into certain energies that I know that I have instead of resisting it. I feel like with the Temperance card, the Temperance is pointing out or is telling you that it is okay for you not to resist this change. Instead of you trying to fight the mountain or trying to fight the chaos or trying to fight the wind or trying to fight the tornado, Spirit is asking you to allow yourself to be so rooted that you are not even moved by the tornado or by the chaos. You become one with the chaos, but not to a degree where you become consumed by it, but you become one with it. You become one with it by asking the question why, by understanding it, by questioning why is it this way. But in order for you to understand, you have to be able to dive into the nature of it, study it, be quiet, meditate, listen. Like this to me has everything. I feel like Buddha energy is here. It's the great teacher is here. And I feel like you are someone that is so connected to this great teacher in some way. You too were meant to create something that you can teach this world how to be. You are connected again to not only ancestral energy, but you are so connected to ascended master energy. If you believe in Jesus, that will be considered an ascended master. If you believe in Buddha, that will be an ascended master, and name other ascended masters, right? And I feel like you are so connected with that. That's why you've been seeing 333 so much lately. That's the reason why. And I feel like Spirit is saying for you to own that and to honor that, and to also do a lot more meditating. Once you start to meditate more and sit with yourself, meditate through either reading or meditate through walking or meditate through whatever brings you calmness and you centering yourself. For some of you, I'm hearing that it's time for you to start doing the sound when you're meditating. And also I'm hearing that there's some beads, like a specific type of beads, and these beads, sandalwood bead. I can't remember exactly what the necklace is called. I'll make sure that I come back to this video and I link it down, but there's these sandalwood beads and there's this necklace. It has like 108 beads on it. Moving forward, I feel like that you need to be using during prayer, during meditation, to focus the mind. Right now you are definitely using meditation as a way to focus your mind and focus your intention, and using the power of visualization to co-create, right? When it says time to go, this is you leaving the world behind. Are you leaving these groups? Or are you going into a space where you're by yourself, at least, where you can focus, where you can breathe, where you can listen to Spirit speak? This is you leaving, time to go. You leaving in order to have moments with Spirit, to listen to what your guides are telling you. You need a moment of silence and a moment of reflection. That's what's coming through with this pool right here. Like, it feels so beautiful, though. It feels so beautiful. Some of you are feeling lucky. I love the fact that some of y'all are feeling very lucky right now. Jupiter energy, you might be a Sag moon, or you might be someone that's very, maybe like a Sagittarius North Node, perhaps, or maybe like, there's something very specific, like something dealing with Sagittarian energy and Mercurian energy. Maybe you have Mercury in the 9th house, or maybe your Mercury's in Sag, or something like that. And then I just the book of Thoth or something like that is coming through with this pool. Study ancient knowledge and study ancient wisdom. Spirit is asking for you to pick up a book, and Spirit is asking for you to start, to pick up a book and to start studying. The word is mantra. Repeat these mantras while you meditate. Like, this feels so specific for somebody. And also, Spirit is asking for you to specifically meditate in an open space, not in an enclosed space. This space needs to be more open, Spirit is saying. So whether it be you meditating out in nature, or you meditating in, like, instead of going into your bedroom, Spirit is, I just heard like the lounge, like go to the lounge, like a lounge space. pleasure just kind of came shooting out just now. Oh, patience. That connects to that that one card here. The Temperance. Patience. Spirit says that the pleasure will come after. You just make sure that you have patience. Remember when we mentioned something about minimalism? It's funny because simplicity is here. Can you see simplicity, or is it too... There it is. It's focusing now, I think. Simplicity. I feel like, yeah, detached. Yeah, there's this idea of detachment coming through as well with that card. Okay, so this group, I think the people right now that I'm attracting are people who have access or have a direct link to higher wisdom. I feel like that's who I am attracting right now. New beginnings. I'm not surprised to see that. New beginnings is here. I'm not surprised because we also do have the what is that card? I can't remember what card that is. I think it's the... Oh, yeah, the full card, yeah. So, I'm going to pull one last card to see what we get here. Oh, my goodness. We have Adventures and Purification. Okay. I really feel like that's truly what it is that we have, you guys. And I just want to say that I really do love you. And I really do hope that you guys find peace and love in this reading. And I really do feel like with the cards that we have here, remember to have patience because the pleasure will come. You definitely are in a space where you are on a new journey. You are being asked right now to purify yourself, to purify everything, to purge the things that you don't need, right? To purge anything that is not holy, that is not of God, that is not of this higher wisdom or this higher energy, this higher frequency. You are embarking on new adventures, and I do feel like Spirit is asking you to keep it simple and to throw some things away. Again, remember to keep some things simple. There is power in simplicity, meaning that when you keep things simple, you allow more messages and more divine love and divine light and more clarity to come through. Hey, you guys, so I actually had to come back because there was something about a guide coming through. The fact that we have the King of Pentacles here and then the King of Cups, I feel like there's a guide. You guys have a guide that is very grounded. You guys have a guide that is very mature. This, if it's ancestral, then this is like a grandfather energy that took care of you. There is some type of energy that was in your life that played a major role, and this energy is guiding you. What I'm hearing, like there's someone with a name that starts with the letter D, and it's so interesting that that's coming through right now because this more than likely is somebody in my soul tribe, like someone in my soul tribe. Like I really do feel it. Their name starts with the letter D, or there's something about the letter D coming through. Apply the letter D where it needs to go. And I know you can say like, oh, well, there's so many ways that we can apply the letter D. Just take it as it resonates. Anyways, this is a guide. Your guide may be someone who was very earthy and watery, meaning that they had their material assets together and things of that nature. They might have had like a lot of money. They may have, I don't know why, but I'm hearing like a grandfather type of vibe. Like if it's ancestral, this is a grandfather or an uncle. Like that's so specific about it being a grandfather or an uncle or a brother, some type of like masculine figure who was older than you that is now guiding you into this next journey. I feel that if you're a feminine energy, then more than likely you're going to start running into more energies that are more grounded, that are more on the evolved side, like the evolved aspect of a Capricorn, the evolved aspect of a Virgo, the evolved aspect of a Taurus. If it's water, then it's an evolved Pisces, an evolved Scorpio, or an evolved Cancer. Like that's what this feels like. Also, you again have a guide or an ascendant master that is very rooted, very grounded. They almost kind of come off as a wise one or a sage or some type of guru or teacher That's more than likely who your guide is. Your angel comes off as very grounded. Their energy is high vibrational. I want to say it's fierce, but not in a way that's like dominating, not as fiery as Michael. So this isn't Michael, but this could be Gabriel, or it could be like whoever else. Like, just insert who the guide is. This angel also is an angel that is highly connected to knowledge, highly connected to wisdom, to transcendentalism is the word that's coming through. This angel is connected to being not just like being a messenger, but it's the angel that is it's the calm angel. Like, this angel is not one that will pick a fight, and it's not an angel that would fight, but it would if it had to. Like, does that make sense? But this angel feels very light, very loving, very wise, very ancient, very interdimensional. Like, that's what this well, I mean, all angels are interdimensional, right? But it really does feel like this angel is so lighthearted that you almost kind of want to cry. Like, this angel opens its arms to you, or this angel like energy. Now, you can apply angel to a person, right? Like, it doesn't have to be an actual interdimensional being. It can be someone who is in flesh. But this angel or this guide feels so grounding and loving. And I love this for you, because this guide is walking you through almost kind of like a rite of passage. This guide is walking you through or helping you get to this next stage of life. And it's through enlightenment that you will get there. And it is through enlightenment that you will then discover and remove the veil to see all possibilities. And that is what this feels like. Opening yourself up to the wonders of this universe, opening your mind up to all possibilities that could ever exist. This is Akashic Records energy. This is you peering back lifetimes. This is you discovering your life and all the lives that you've lived, or as many as you possibly can, because you've lived countless of lives. And this is you understanding that every single last life is so connected to all of it. Like, your life is so connected. Like, if you were to go back and think about everything you've been through, understand how you can connect the dots, and how everything leads into the next thing, and how each life leads into the next, because we never die. We just move on to different bodies until we decide to stop incarnating. And I feel like for some of you, this is your last incarnation. Like, that's just what this feels like. You have lived so many lives, and there's a great lesson that you're here to learn. And when you embark on this new journey, when you embark on this new life, I feel like it will all make sense. So allow yourself to open up your mind, open up your throat chakra, open up that third eye chakra. And I feel like also Spirit is saying is to clean your crown, to wash your crown, because you are going to be getting a lot more downloads. And like, that's the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. You guys are going to start getting a lot more downloads. Mark my words. Start eating better food, start meditating, drinking more water, doing what you need to do, and see how much of a channel, a divine channel that you will become. And you will also start to enhance your intuitive abilities as well. Like, you guys are enhancing your intuitive abilities right now. And I'm setting the intention that this reaches exactly who it needs to reach. Help you. I love you guys so much. If y'all need anything from me, you guys can visit me online at KaSandraTurner.com. If you guys want to, you can follow along with me over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. If there's nothing else that I can help you with, I wish you the best of love, and I'll catch you in my next video.